So before I begin, let me just first ask, how many of you have heard digital business or SMAC or Internet of Things? Just raise your hands. Very few of them. How many of you think that you're working in those areas, working in those technologies, you're leveraging those technologies? Even fewer, right? Now, this is exactly what my session is going to be about today. You know, why I think that every developer needs to be a digital developer, why I think we need to be thinking about all these digital technologies, okay? Let me start with our technology vision, Accenture technology vision. No, I didn't want this. I wanted to black out. Anyway, let me start with the Accenture technology vision that we launched in the year 2013. We said that every business is digital business. What does that mean? Every business nowadays is looking at leveraging these technologies called Internet of Things, connected instruments, connected things, or the SMAC stack. SMAC stands for social, mobility, analytics, and cloud. Okay, so when these technologies come together, businesses have started becoming digital. The way they operate their businesses, the way they provide their services to their consumers now are becoming online, becoming digital. Okay, and now when this happens, guess what? I mean, all developers need to start thinking digital. So that's my, theme, or that's my message to you all today. And I'll take you through why and how businesses are becoming digital, and because of which, why everybody here in this room needs to become a digital developer. Okay. So, as I mentioned, when you look at this overall digital ecosystem, there are certain underpinning technologies that are, creating this digital wave. Look at this, you probably cannot read this, but look at this data analytics, design for analytics, or the other thing is, big data, social collaboration, or cloud computing, and so on and so forth. So these are the various technologies that are actually driving this digital wave. And let's look at how they are actually driving the digital wave in some of the next slides. But while this digital wave is coming through, there's fundamentally one more phenomena is occurring in the industry, which is very interesting. Look at this, okay? This is the chart that is showing you the world population. World population was 6.5 billion in the year 2005 and likely to hit 7.5 billion in 2020. All right, this is good. However, what is this? These are the number of connected devices, wireless, wireline, connected devices that are out there in the world, okay? What does this tell you? In the year 2005, you had one device per, per human being on the earth, on an average. Today, what is that number? It is hovering around about 2 devices per human being, okay? And this is likely to explode to 3 devices by 2020. Now, what does this mean? When you and I have all these gadgets which are connected all the time, which I am able to use and, be current with my data or take action wherever I am, connected everywhere, anytime, anywhere, right? There's a lot I can do, and because if I can do all these things while I'm there anywhere, now businesses are transforming themselves, leveraging this technology, leveraging this phenomena. Now you don't have to go to the bank to withdraw money, or you don't have to go to the bank to make payments to somebody. You can just use your tablet while you are on your train and make those payments, right? And that is the reason now banks have to become digital. That's what I mean, why every business is becoming digital. And this is one of the other fundamental phenomena that is driving every business becoming digital. And in my terminology, I call it, right, connected devices is equal to connected world. Again, what do I really mean by this? Connected world, look at this. You have connected home these days, you have connected city, connected insurance, connected utilities, connected retail, connected trains, everything is becoming connected, okay? And then sitting anywhere in the world, you can connect with anything that you really want and then take leverage of that, or, you know, use or benefit from that. So, for example, you're sitting somewhere and then take a train ticket or take a movie ticket or something like that, or you are out there in the field and, you know, your car met with an accident, but the car is connected, it automatically sends out the signal to the back-end insurance provider, and, you know, you can get your insurance claims settled, you know. So all of this, you know, and, you know, the core of this really connected world is these digital technologies, the NFC, the Bluetooth, Zigbee, you know, so on and so forth. There are n number of technologies out there which are really driving these businesses to become digital. And my message to you all here is start becoming aware of this. More than, you know, learning technologies, actually you need to start thinking how I can, you know, leverage these technologies to change the way the consumers will behave, to make their lives simpler, easier, better, okay? So that's, I think, the fundamental mind shift that, you know, we as developers need to really get into. Let's look at some of these examples, okay? Connected retail. Guess what? 44% of the, you know, retail shopping is going to be now online going forward, you know, by 2016. That's a huge change. Just imagine 10 years ago, would you buy any, you know, grocery items over, you know, on the internet, online? But do you think by 2015 you could be doing that? Yes, very much so, right? Flipkart, you know, so many things nowadays we are buying online out here in India, okay? I'm not talking about, you know, Western countries which are like well advanced in terms of infrastructure. Everybody out there, you know, in the remotest place has access to internet and so on. I'm talking about here in things like India, where now using your handsets, small, you know, not even smartphones, simple feature phones, you are able to now make payments. You are able to kind of order groceries or things like that. Look at what Accenture did in one of the European retail shops. Okay, there's one person walking into a retail shop trying to buy a sort of T-shirt, right? And we created what is known as this digital changing room. Okay, as soon as the person enters that digital changing room, not only the changing room recognizes that you have got so and so shirt with so and so size, right? But it also automatically tells you that go along with this. It is trying to upsell, you know, in parallel. Now, how does it pick up these things? You know, it already knows that this is the shirt, and, you know, this sunglasses will be, you know, a good combination with that. Why did it pick up pink color? Maybe it already has checked the, you know, personal profile of this person on the internet, on the social media, and somehow found out that this person likes pink color. Okay, when all of these things happen, it's very, very high chance that this person will actually end up buying this shirt. Okay, now the beauty really is in this digital changing room is this, what's happening? The touchscreen based changing room. Okay, not only the digital changing room suggested you some of the other articles, but it also gave you how would you really look in this new outfit with these goggles, and probably it has also given you some nice haircut to see how you could look otherwise. Okay, now you don't have to do the, you know, actual changing and, you know, trials and all that, but online this digital changing room can give you this experience, and that way then, you know, your experience is much better, whether you do it online, whether you do it on mobile, or, you know, whether you're physically in the room, you know, in the shop or not, you are able to actually make those decisions. And this is how the retail industry, retail business is transforming itself. It is what I call as, you know, becoming digital. Let's look at, you know, connected rail and transit. 85% of the sale, the ticket sale is likely to be online going forward. Look at how it is happening. It's happening online, but look at how it is happening today. There are these 4 components that are involved. You make a request using your computer. Then it goes to the back end, it goes to the central system, some payment gateway validates your payment and then gives you the, you know, credit back into your ticket, right? or you actually get the ticket card. Now, instead of that, what you could do is using your mobile, you just do this, right, and send the initiation request. Request comes back. You get a QR code downloaded on your handset, and that acts as your ticket. The mobile phone needs to be NFC based. That's all. Okay. Nowadays, on the trains and the stations, you will have NFC based ticket checking systems or ticket controllers by which, again, trains and transit is becoming digital. Okay, so going back to my digital vision and the technologies, let's look at some of these technologies. As I mentioned, the power of analytics. Analytics is driving digital behavior. What do we as developers need to do if we have to look at these analytics technology? Okay, not only are we nowadays seeing lot of volume of data, there is also a lot of variety of data that is getting generated and that is getting collated by computing system, by softwares, but we need to also think of this third V, which is velocity of data. What it means is that your software needs to be matching the speed of decision while the data is being collected. At the same speed at which the data is being generated, the data is being collected from these online devices, all the data is getting collected, just having that data makes no sense. What will be useful is that if you had the software written smartly and efficient and fast enough to be able to take decisions based on this data, analyze the data quickly enough and drive certain decisions. This again is going to transform some of the businesses. Let's look at probably other trend analysis. Okay, what does this mean? What would you do differently if you were to take analysis into your software? First, think of what is the question that you need to be answering, and based on that, write the software to answer those questions. So you get that data and then analyze in a given manner to solve a given problem faced by a business. So you first need to be thinking, what is the business problem that I need to be solving using this data? So that's another thing that you need to be keeping in mind as a software developer. Let's go back to other thing, active defense. What is it? If there is one thing in this industry, digital industry, that will slow down the uptake of digital technologies is the threat to security and data privacy issues. Okay, you would have seen number of these issues coming up in the internet. You would have read lots of stories about this. My most favorite has been the recent hacking somebody did for a connected internet in the USA, which started sending out tons and tons of emails on the internet. I don't know, how many of you read this message or news article? None? Okay, maybe just to explain, there was this, refrigerator which was internet connected, internet enabled, and it was connected on the internet online all the time, okay? And somebody out there hacked that refrigerator and, changed the code of that refrigerator such that that refrigerator started sending out every 30 seconds one email out there on the, internet, and it jammed the whole network of that particular city, okay? So, the point being, if data security and privacy is not taken care, if we as developers are not smart enough, not making sure that, security is taken care or protected, I as a consumer, do you think when I face this problem next time around, will I be putting my refrigerator online? Will I be buying a refrigerator which is, digitally enabled? I won't, right? So unless we really fix this problem as a business, as a developer community, unless we fix this, security and privacy issue, I don't think, the digital wave is really growing to the extent that it can grow, okay? So this is one of the fundamental things that I think we as developers, there's a lot of research that is already going on. We need to continue to do that. New algorithms, foolproof mechanisms have to be evolved for us to be able to protect the end consumers, right, from these security threats. So these are some of these, technological trends or, underlying technologies that I wanted you all to be aware if you were to become a digital developer, if you were to leverage these digital technologies, and then provide the benefits to the end consumers, to the businesses, the way the businesses are going digital. One other thing, I mean, as a result of all of this, what's happening really, the boundary between digital and the physical world is really, getting blurred. They are getting interchanged, okay? What does this mean? Look at this, you are, nowadays you have these, digitally wireless enabled, health monitoring gadgets, okay? Or you have these, fitness trackers, which are, which you wear, the Nike Fuel Band and things like that, right? Or you have your vehicles which are connected and, talking to the back-end system where, you can do fleet management, or you can get directions from the internet and stuff like that. Or there are these plants, manufacturing plants, which are all smart, which have all the smart gadgets out there, and based on that, centrally sitting in a remote control, remote location, you are able to take actions in the manufacturing plant, okay? So when all of this is happening, everything is going, online. Every business is becoming online business, including the manufacturing plants, okay? And now when this is happening, the end consumer, right, they are getting benefited. They are leveraging these technologies big time, and they are changing their behavior and hence their expectations, right? 10 years ago, I would not be expecting to make a payment while I'm on my train, right? Today, can I expect that? Obviously, yes. I would try to, make payments. If my mobile phone is not connecting, I would be really, really frustrated. 10 years ago, I wouldn't even be expecting this, right? So the consumers' expectations are also actually driving businesses to take advantage of these technologies and become more and more digital. And that's the whole big phenomena that's happening. And the biggest wave, in next kind of 5 to 10 years we see is this digital phenomena. And hence my request to you all that don't shy away from this digital business, digital development. You got to become digital developer. You got to start thinking about how this same software that you write today in maybe Java, .NET, whatever technologies you're using, how can it also leverage those existing digital technologies, and using that, how the end consumer can really benefit. Yeah, so that's my sort of key message. In summary, I would like you to learn and leverage these digital technologies, put them to use and solve these business problems. Think digital, act digital. Don't stay away from this. You would be left out because this is already taking the industry by storm. Digital is the way of doing business going forward. You can't stay away from it. That's all I had to say. I'll take questions. Maybe I have a couple minutes. Otherwise, you can follow me on Twitter, and we can take questions, answers digitally as well.